This is the Blue Room. Picasso painted it in 1901. It's been studied, exhibited and admired for over a century. It is one of the defining works of his blue period, the years when he painted exclusively in shades of blue, and when, according to most art historians, he was in the worst pain of his life. In 2014, researchers at the Phillips Collection in Washington, D.C. ran infrared imaging across the surface of this painting. And underneath the woman, underneath the blue, underneath the bath, underneath everything that had been exhibited and admired for 113 years, they found a man, a portrait, a man in a bow tie, sitting with his head resting on his hand, 3 rings on his fingers. Nobody knows who he is. And Picasso, who lived for 72 more years after painting this, who gave thousands of interviews, who talked about almost everything, never once mentioned that this man was there. Why he didn't is the strangest part of this whole story. But to get there, you first need to understand what the Blue Room was thought to be, and why, even before 2014, something about it had been making conservators uneasy for decades. The Blue Room shows a woman bathing in a sparse Paris apartment, a low bed behind her, a small table, on the wall above, a poster, probably a reproduction of a work by Toulouse-Lautrec. Everything in the room is blue, not decoratively blue, specifically, deliberately, exhaustingly blue. The blue of rooms where not enough light comes in, of rooms where people have been alone for a long time. This was 1901. Picasso was 20 years old and had recently arrived in Paris. He had almost no money. He had no reputation outside a small circle, and he was in the middle of what art historians now recognize as a period of severe grief. A grief so total it changed the colour of everything he painted for 3 years. The Blue Room hung at the Phillips Collection for decades as exactly what it appeared to be: a domestic scene, a bathing woman, a cold Paris room in a year when things were very dark. But before I show you what infrared imaging found in 2014, conservators had already suspected something was there, long before the technology existed to see it clearly. In the years after the Phillips Collection acquired the painting in 1927, conservators studying the surface noticed something that didn't quite fit. In certain areas, the brushwork seemed to run in a different direction from the rest of the composition. The paint was unusually thick in places it had no reason to be. This is what painters do when they work over an existing canvas. The underpaint creates an uneven surface that the new work sits on top of and is shaped by. Experienced eyes can feel it even when they can't see through it. They suspected there was an earlier image underneath, but the technology needed to confirm what it was didn't exist yet, or didn't exist with enough precision to see what was hidden clearly. Through the following decades, various infrared attempts produced partial results, hints of a figure, outlines that suggested a composition completely unlike what was visible on the surface. And then in 2014, the Phillips Collection ran multispectral imaging across the full surface of the painting. What appeared had been under the Blue Room for 113 years. Beneath the bathing woman, Picasso had painted a portrait, a man shown from roughly mid-torso upward. He sits in a 3/4 pose, his head resting on his right hand, a classic position associated with contemplation and melancholy. He wears a jacket and a bow tie. His clothing suggests someone of some means, not a student, not a street figure. But the most specific detail is on his left hand. 3 rings, visible on 3 separate fingers. Wearing multiple rings was not standard for men in Paris in 1901. 1 ring, possible. 3, distinctive, identifying. The kind of detail that, if it matched anyone in the historical record, would close the mystery immediately. Technical analysis of the brushstroke direction confirmed what the imaging showed. Picasso painted the man first, then he painted the Blue Room on top of him. He didn't abandon a half-finished painting and start over. He finished, or at least substantially completed, the portrait, and then he covered it. Now, there's a detail about those 3 rings that researchers used to try to identify who this man was. We'll get there in a moment, but first to the year this happened, because 1901 was not a neutral year for Picasso, and once you know what it was, the decision to bury a man's portrait starts to feel like something other than financial necessity. Picasso arrived in Paris for the second time in early 1901. He was 19, almost 20. He had almost no money, so little that painting overused canvases was not a creative choice, but a practical one. New canvases cost money he didn't have. On February 17, 1901, Picasso's closest friend, a painter named Carlos Casagemas, shot himself in a Paris cafe. He had aimed first at a woman he was in love with, missed, then turned the gun on himself. Picasso was not present, but he saw the aftermath. He was 19 years old, and his best friend was dead. Art historians now trace the beginning of the Blue period directly to this event. The blue, the cold, exhausted, all-pervasive blue of the next 3 years, is generally read as the colour of grief. The Blue Room was painted that same year, 1901, in a rented Paris studio, with canvases he couldn't afford to waste, and underneath the bathing woman, underneath all that blue, is a man in a bow tie with 3 rings on his hand. Now, who was he? Researchers have proposed 3 main candidates for the man under the Blue Room. The first is Ambroise Vollard, the Paris art dealer who gave Picasso his first major Paris exhibition in June 1901, just months after Casagemas died. Vollard was one of the most powerful figures in the Paris art world. Picasso needed him. A portrait commission from Vollard would have made complete financial sense in early 1901. The second candidate is Max Jacob, a poet and one of Picasso's closest friends in Paris at the time. Jacob and Picasso were intimate enough that Jacob later said Picasso taught him to paint, and he taught Picasso French. A portrait of Jacob would have been personal, not commercial. The third, someone unknown. A commissioned portrait that was never collected, never paid for, and eventually painted over because the canvas was needed and the man wasn't coming back for his picture. None of these candidates has been confirmed. The 3 rings don't definitively match any known photograph of Vollard or Jacob. The face, partially obscured by the scanning process, hasn't been matched with certainty. 113 years under the Blue Room, and he's still unnamed? And now, the part that has never been explained. Picasso died on April 8, 1973. He was 91 years old. He had lived for 72 years after painting the Blue Room. 72 years of interviews, of retrospectives, of scholars cataloguing every work he ever made. He was one of the most documented artists in history. His life, his relationships, his opinions on everything from politics to bullfighting are preserved in extraordinary detail. He never mentioned the man under the Blue Room, not once. The Phillips collection didn't announce the discovery to the public until 2014, 41 years after Picasso died. He would have known the painting was being studied. He knew what was under it. He had put it there himself, and he chose, across 72 years and thousands of conversations about his own work, to say nothing. There are 2 ways to read the buried portrait. The first, necessity. Picasso was 20, grieving, broke. He had a canvas with an incomplete or uncollected portrait, and he needed a surface to paint on. He covered the man because the canvas was more valuable than the commission. The silence of 72 years, practical. He moved on. He painted thousands of things, he forgot about it. The second, something else. The Blue period began with a death. A man Picasso loved shot himself in a cafe. And in the same year, Picasso buried a man's face under blue paint and never acknowledged he'd done it. Maybe the man under the Blue Room was someone connected to that grief, someone Picasso couldn't look at anymore, someone he needed to put away in the only way available to him, under paint, under blue, under a bathing woman in a cold Paris room. Not forgotten, buried.